Well, hello, everyone. This is Heather Picken, and I wanted to do this little video for you if you are a highly skilled coach, consultant, or practitioner. And I thought this is going to be a very valuable training today. So make sure that you take notes. And I don't want you to make these mistakes. I want to save you time and save you money. If you don't know about my work, you can head over to heatherpicken.com. And I help fearless visionary coaches that are highly skilled, wanting to break through that 100K mark. So there's a different level of thinking from 100K to $500,000 and beyond. And so today, this training is definitely going to help you. I'm going to save, as I posted in the, with this Facebook Live, one of the worst things that a business coach ever told me. I mean, it was so bad. It almost cost me my business. And, it's just really interesting because we learn from those quote unquote so-called mistakes, right? Are they really mistakes? To me, it's kind of a learning lesson. So if you're watching the replay, just type in an R. And if you have a comment that you want to share as far as some of the worst advice that you ever got from a business coach or a coach in general, or maybe you got bad advice from your friends and family and it definitely negatively impacted your business, I want to hear your story. It's just so interesting. But anyways, one of the things I want to talk about is, and I wrote a couple things down, is discounting your fees to get the sale. And because I work with primarily women, this is a value issue. When you're not valuing yourself, you cannot earn your worth. And when you're discounting yourself, what happens is that subconsciously you're telling yourself that, what you're doing is not a service to someone. And what I find that happens, because I've worked with a lot of coaches in all different types of industries, and it's the same across the board, but they start discounting their fees, they start pretzeling themselves for these clients, and these clients turn out to be a train wreck. And, it really is all about alignment. So if you are discounting yourself, just realize you're doing a disservice to who you are, and that creates a subconscious program in your mind where you will continue to just really attract those misaligned clients. So how to fix that? You must stay in your power and charge what you're worth. If you don't, then you start rewiring that subconscious program in your brain, and then you stay there. So I just want to say, hey, everyone that's joined me today. I want to talk about some of the biggest mistakes that I've learned. I have hired lots of mentors throughout my coaching career. I've spent way over $100,000. I've stopped counting. And all of those things were necessary. Even the coaches that were not that great, that gave me bad advice that I'm going to tell you about, I still learned a valuable lesson. And maybe you're watching this, that you've invested a lot of money on a coach in the past or in a program. You really want to let go of that resentment. And that's another story in and of itself, because anything that you cannot let go of, you're going to internalize that. And that is going to manifest in your business. Okay, so maybe I'll do another training about that. So yeah, oh yeah, you're on the ferry. So you can check me out, Kelly, later. I'd love to hear your comments about this. Hey, Anna, hope you're doing well today. I'm just trying to check in with everyone, but we're talking about some of the worst coaching advice I ever got. But I'm going to get to that. That's going to be like my last point. But if you're just joining in, the first thing that I talked about is discounting your prices. Now, when I'm working with a highly skilled coach, now this is someone where, like, do a checklist. You've done your work, right? You've got the training, you've got the certification, you have experience, and you're damn good at what you do. You just know it. I mean, you know who you are if you're watching this. But yet what you find in your business, the results right now that you find, is that you are not aligning with the kind of clients that you want, the impact, the opportunities. And so these all can be fixed when you understand the root cause issue. So discounting your prices is really about you not valuing yourself, okay? Because if you don't value yourself, the world won't value you. Your clients won't value you, and you will attract those people to you in how you see yourself. So it's an inner reflection of how you see yourself, of who you're attracting into your business and, of course, in your life. So we talked about discounting. The other thing I want to talk about, so we got the discounting. So let's just say you have a price of $10,000 and you're discounting it at $7,000 only because you want to seal the deal. And my question is why? Why would you want to discount your prices and not honor yourself? I find a lot of women do that. So you want to check yourself. Another thing I want to talk about is not charging enough. All of these are inner reflections of not really seeing the value. So it goes back to not valuing yourself. So when you don't value yourself, what this is, what's going on in your brain, is you are creating a mental image in your mind. You're imprinting that to have like an energy or a belief that this is my truth, right? And so you'll stay small and you'll stay stuck because you're not charging what that you really think that, wow, I've got these skills of X amount of years. I know I can get my clients results, but yet I'm not charging enough because I feel this is what the market dictates. And I have to tell you, forget about what the market dictates. You know why? Because there could be, let me give you a scenario, and I've seen this. There could be two different coaches, or I should say coaches in the same industry, same experience. One is charging, let's say, and I'm just kind of making this up. One is charging $1,000 and the other one is charging $10,000. Same experience. What is the difference? The difference is the ability for that coach that is charging a higher rate to create that, to have that perception that she is valuable and she is worthy. And it's not about arbitrarily charging an amount. It's not like, oh, I just want to charge $10,000. I actually have a methodology for understanding how much you should charge, own it, change it, remodel your brain, and then actually receive it. So you really want to look and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. I truly believe as women, we are here to do amazing things on this planet. We're here to also receive what we feel we're truly worth. And we have been programmed as a society for so many years to stay stuck at a certain level, especially when it comes to money. And so you know who I'm talking about. So again, not charging enough. I will tell you what happens. What happens if you're not charging enough? Well, I will tell you, you again will start attracting and aligning with those clients that are a complete mismatch. And you'll know when you should be charging more because of the clients that you start attracting. And so check yourself. Are you attracting clients that, they're complaining, they're whining, they don't want to do what you're telling them to do? I've been there. And as soon as I got to that point, I told myself, okay, it's time to raise my rates. So don't be afraid to go to that next level. Realize, to me, that is like a sign from the universe that you need to be charging more. So it's like you start feeling resentful. You start feeling like, wow, this person is just not following exactly what I need, what they should be doing in order to get the results, because you're amazing at what you do. And so I want you to kind of check on an inner level, like how you're feeling. Are you feeling resentful? Are you feeling uneasy? Every time you pick up the phone to do a session, are you feeling like, you don't want to talk to them? True story. So I was working with a client and she was very highly skilled. She'd been in the business probably for about 5 years. And so what was happening is that she was coaching, clients, and all of a sudden, these clients, they couldn't pay. They would be MIA on her. I mean, they would just give her all of the excuses. And I said, you need to raise your rates. I mean, I said, you realize that you're working with clients that honestly, they don't want to take responsibility to do the work that you're so good at, that you get clients, amazing results with what you do. And it was hard for her. She was in her fear. So I helped her to break through that. And the minute that she saw how valuable she was, so this is all about perception, she was able to go to the next level of her awareness in her mind to own her value and worth so that she could charge accordingly. And that is so key. So again, you don't want to discount yourself. So I want to say, hey, everyone that is joining me today, I'm talking about some big mistakes, bad coaching advice that I've received, that all has to do about receiving money, really following your purpose in your business. So we talked about discounting your fees, why you don't want to do that. And what happens as a result, not charging enough. Another thing I will say, and this is really, really important. Oh my gosh, I have so many stories and lessons that I've learned, and that's where you can really impart your wisdom if you've been in the same place and you're helping clients. And this is dragging clients in to your programs, to, if you're doing one-on-one, any kind of service, dragging them in. What does this look like? When I talk to clients, literally they know if it's a yes or no. It's not like, oh, come on, da 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 da. It is a very empowered conversation. They might be fearful, and that's okay. Because I can help them with the fear. But what it looks like when you're dragging clients in, it's like you have to convince them that you're amazing. And if you're watching this, you're highly skilled, you are amazing at what you do, but yet now you have to try to, quote unquote, convince someone. And that is just a terrible energy. It just feels off. And so for myself, when I did this years ago, when I started dragging people in and hard selling them, I don't do that now. And that's just, I don't think that method, obviously it's not in alignment with me. And why would I want to do that? Why would I want to push my stuff on someone that was not ready for success? Because some people are not. Some people want to stay broke. They want to stay broke in their thinking. They want to stay exactly where they're at. And they want to give you excuses as to why they can't do something. So if dragging them in, like when you drag them in, my phrase is, if you have to drag a client in, you have to drag them around. And so for those of you that are skilled coaches or consultants or service-based providers, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You're dragging them in, and it's so hard to work with these types of clients. And then what happens as a result, and this, I'm going to tell you, this happened to me years ago, where either clients didn't pay me, they tried to blame me, just said bad things about me because they didn't want to take responsibility for the action I told them to do. And those are blamers. Those are people that, it's so easy for them to blame other people instead of, just saying, oh, wow, I really have this issue. I need to work through it. But I don't work with those kind of clients anymore. And that was a very big learning lesson for me. Oh my gosh, it was painful. It was painful. And I'm so grateful for those lessons as well, because this is the kind of wisdom I can impart on female visionaries that are really wanting to play on a bigger scale. And you know who you are. It's like, you are amazing at what you do, but yet you find that you're in your own way because of some of these issues. There's other issues, but I just wanted to talk about these issues. So let me know if you're relating to this, like, can you resonate with what I'm talking about? Now, another thing I want to talk about, this is actually the thing I wanted to save for last. And this was one of the worst pieces of coaching advice I ever got. And it's funny because when this person gave me this piece of coaching advice, I trusted them. I trusted that what they were telling me was correct because they were further along than me. And, after reflecting upon this, they were wrong. They were 100% wrong. And so I want to share with you what this is. And it's like, it's almost embarrassing that I did this, but I don't do this anymore. Don't do this anymore. But one of the worst piece of coaching advice, and I'm sure I could probably come up with more, but when this particular person told me to start working with clients without them even paying, that is so crazy making. And I remember feeling on edge, like, wait a minute, I'm going to help people to build their business and transform their mind, and there is no skin in the game. And that is exactly what happens. Do not do that. To me, that is an act of desperation. You must be a fearless visionary that sees her worth. You must align with that action, and you must constantly invest in yourself. So if you're stuck right now and more money is going out the door than coming in, or you're just stuck at a money set point, no marketing is going to fix that. These are internal issues that all have to do with understanding your value and worth, owning that, transforming that. And that's what I help my clients to do, changing how they perceive, how they're showing up in their business, and then helping them with specific strategies so that they can shine out there in the world and get paid doing what they love. It all comes down to that. Like, you definitely have to feel inspired by your vision, your mission, why you're here, having a greater purpose of serving people. That is why, excuse me, that is why I get up in the morning. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to align to more exciting opportunities, get my message out there for empowering women, visionaries, coaches, also helping Fortune 500 companies with my leadership training for women empowerment. And of course, my other thing that's tied into my mission and vision is my wine label called Fierce Femme Wines. All of these things that I'm working on happened because I valued myself, and I got clear on my vision, my mission, and purpose. And I will tell you, all of these things that I'm talking about today, they're not easy. They're not easy to overcome. But when you get someone that understands the psychology of how you keep yourself stuck, then the only way that you're going to go is up. Okay. So if you're at a set point, the only way, the fastest path to accelerate your growth is to get someone, invest in yourself, get a mentor or coach that understands these things. Because if you do, that investment is going to pay off dividends. I guarantee. I was working with a client who actually, she needed help with her sales because she had a mindset block around that. She knew what she needed to be charging, and she was actually there. She had that number. But what happened is that it went back to this issue of her not seeing the value and her not being able to articulate the value. And so she would have a lot of leads, but she couldn't close them. And so one of the things that we did is I helped her to communicate in a way of not selling someone, but showing them the transformation of how what she was doing could empower that person. So one of the very first things, actually, just by working on that piece alone, she was making about $20,000 a month. I took her from 20 to 40,000 in 8 weeks. And then after that, she ended up making $500,000. And so the biggest issue for her was just not feeling confident in mastering the art of sales. And that just goes back to, your sense of valuing yourself. So what you don't want to feel is when you get on those calls that you're trying to sell someone something. You're not. What you're doing is you're creating transformation. If you can't see that, if you cannot see the transformation, that to me is an inner block. It's a belief, and you have to ask yourself, where did you get that belief? Where did you get that belief that what you're doing is not of value? And that's huge. This particular client, she was actually a career coach, and she was helping people getting multiple six-figure jobs, what is that worth? If you're showing someone, especially in that industry, if you're showing someone how to make more money, isn't that an impact? And it doesn't even have to be money. Maybe you're not specifically coaching someone on money, but you're coaching them on something that is going to transform their life. And that, to me, there is a value on that. There's a value. So my whole video today is really about valuing yourself. Own your power, own your worth, and you earn your worth when you do that. There is a direct formula. So I hope this video inspires you today, that you work on those blocks and realize that these are internal blocks. This is not about necessarily, changing your marketing message up. It's really an inner game, and you got to start here. You got to start here first, and when you start doing that, you will start attracting and aligning with clients that you truly love to serve. And so I hope you find this video today to be helpful. If you do, comment below, share your thoughts. What's the worst advice you ever got in your business? And I'd love to know. I'd love to know. If you're wanting more resources or you want to connect with me, there's a link on my page here, at least if you're watching this on Facebook, to chat with me. You can also go to heatherpicken.com for free resources. I do lots of podcast shows, videos. There's tons of information, and just lots of resources there. So anyways, that's it. I'm actually going to Hawaii in a few days, so I'm getting geared up for that. And I'll be doing more videos. I'll probably be doing some in Hawaii. So take care. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.